Vic. So thank you so much. They are going to be the first ref crew. And with that whistle, I think the action's about to get underway with Curb starting for Team Sask. I shouldn't say Curb, Coleshaw. And Joe means Joe with the star for Team Alberta.
We're getting right into the action here. Day 2 of Derby. No more need for introductions.
Nah, we all know these skaters now.
And we're off.
I do thoroughly enjoy the signboard that is made there. Thank you. You said you were going to bring the signs, and you did. Joe means Joe grabs Lee Jammer. Curb getting recycled to the back of the pack there.
Joe working hard to get to the front. She gets recycled again, calls it off. As Coleshaw makes it through her initial pass.
Yeah, that'll be 4 points on the board for Alberta. Now, Alberta won their game against Team Saskatchewan yesterday. The bout before that, the meeting before that, Team Sask won their first game against Alberta in the history of the two teams playing. So I always like the back and forth between these two. We'll see how that plays out with just one half.
Getting ready for jam number 2. We've got Cindy Dropper.
Yeah.
Doing the star for Team Sask.
I like this. I don't know if we've seen Cindy jam all weekend, right? This is your first time out? Nice. First time out there on the line with the star, with the Prairie Lily. And then official mascot whose fan crew is hanging out right there trackside as well.
Mascot sneaks through on the outside. She's got a lead jam. Meanwhile, Cindy's still working her way through for her initial pass.
And Cindy just getting caught up in that wall there of Attica Flinch.
Team Sask doing a good job of holding Mascot at bay.
And Cindy is through on her initial.
Now it's just up to Mascot to collect as many points as she can.
And she does, picks up another 4.
Cindy's working hard at the back of the pack, trying to get those hips past the other hips. Get a few points of her own here.
And that's the whistle there, calling off the jam. Team Alberta putting up, let's see where those points land there. Oh, and our first point on the board for Team Sask as well.
Team Sask is on the board with 1 point, making the score Team Alberta 11, Team Sask 1 as we go into jam number 3. Skidlet and Blair lining up as the jammers. No pack called. As Blair gets through for lead jam. Skidlet gets called.
And this was
cut track.
Yeah, and this is also Skidlet's first time with the Prairie Lily. That hasn't been a star pass, so whatever, it happens.
This is my favorite part. This means it's a Team Alberta power jam.
You've been waiting to call that, and look at that Blair block taking no time to get by, although slowing down coming up on Mac 10 there on the outside lane. Terralizer getting caught up in the back of the pack for Team Sask, trying to create a little bit of pressure now. Meeting up with Mac 10 and Melcree, a multiplayer call there on Mac 10, sends her to the penalty box. Pack advantage to Alberta.
Pack's right down to a crawl. Picking up now as Skidlet is released from the penalty box.
Meanwhile, push pass with a high block call on that push out on Skidlet, who is now free and on her initial. And that's the jam. We'll see where that lands. A big jam for Alberta. 16 points. Takes them to 27. Team Sask still with 1 on the board.
It's a solid one. Not too far out of reach yet. Roller derby, you can put on quite a few points in a short time. So a 26-point deficit is nothing too big. We're lining up for jam number 4. Looks like we got Labadie wearing the Prairie Lily for Team Sask. And Joe Means Joe wearing the star for Team Alberta.
And it's Labadie out with lead, and Labadie was notably one of the big point scorers for Team Sask yesterday. Also skated in the misdemeanor games. My goodness, she's been all over this track in Medicine Hat.
I don't think I've seen her without skates on yet.
Yeah, does she ever wear shoes? All right, Joe Means Joe, meanwhile, picking up 4 points, so both teams now scoring this jam.
Labadie hits it, makes it through the pack, and quits it.
And who would know, who would think that you can surf in the winter? Well, we just witnessed some sweet surfing there on the track by Labadie.
Team Sask putting 8 points on the board that jam, bringing their total up to 9 to Matt. Closing the gap on Team Alberta's 32. We got Coleshaw back with the Prairie Lily on for Team Sask. Rotten Broughton wearing the star for Team Alberta. As we start jam number 5, Coleshaw sneaks through on the outside. She's lead jammer for Team Sask.
And one thing that people may not realize is that Coleshaw has been fighting a cold all weekend, so the amount of energy the skater is giving is incredible. Nice little jersey whip off of a rip, and that is 4 points there for Coleshaw, while Rotten Broughton is now out on her initial.
It must be a little bit contagious. I seem to have some sort of flu this morning as well. Coleshaw calls off the jam.
I think that's just another case of Derby fever. That's right. So much Derby this weekend, and it's going to take Team Sask up. That was a big one. 8 points there, 17 now for Team Sask, 32 Team Alberta.
That's 2 jams in a row, Team Sask was able to get lead jam, tighten up the score a little bit, 32-17 for Team Alberta. And we have Cindy Dropper and official mascot back on. Yeah, behind the jam line.
That was the matchup we saw earlier. I'm really loving the intensity. That's what you're going to see in these 30-minute bouts. Teams, there's no need to warm up or take things slow. You are in it from the get-go, fighting for that win in 30, and it's official mascot who's out with lead.
We're going to have some there's going to be a fast and furious finale here to Border Battles this weekend.
And it's rolling blackout with the drawback on Cindy Dropper, and that jam is called.
It was a 0-point jam.
All right, I wasn't sure, so.
All right, so we've got Skidlet back out here for Team Sask. Matching up against Blair for Team Alberta. We're going to start off jam number 7 here. Both trying to take the outside.
Skidlet just trying to be patient here. Skidlet having blocked all weekend. A cut track is being assessed to, that is Shell on Earth. Meanwhile, the Alberta pivot is also in the penalty box. That's pixelated, I believe.
Blair's working hard. She got recycled to the back of the pack. She's made it all the way up to the front now again.
And we hear no packs called and whistles blown, so there is a multiplayer block assessed now to Slamazonian. So pack advantage Alberta. Skidlet out on her initial. Blair block coming into score. And a bump out there by Candy Stroy.
Blair found a nice little hole, grabbed all the points in that jam, and called it right off.
This is already a much more intense dynamic, though, roadies, from watching these teams play yesterday. Not that there wasn't intensity, but my goodness, this back and forth. Still 21 minutes left in this, I was going to say half, but in this bout.
Yeah, with the short jams, or the short bout this morning, there's going to be an intensity, probably a lot of sense of urgency with the jammers and the blockers to get as many points on the board as they can.
And Joe Means Joe already in scoring position after picking up lead jammer status. Bowling over Rip there as Lavity is out on her initial. And oh my goodness, it is a power jam for Team Saskatchewan. Joe Means Joe in the penalty box, did not see the call there.
She got sent off for a back block as she was coming around corner number 1. So Lavity's going to be here for a full jam. Most likely it will be no lead jam. Lead jammers in the penalty box. Fighting hard to get as many points through as she can.
She's held, though, making things very difficult with Attica Flinge and Jigs. That's a line that's always difficult to begin with. Joe Means Joe almost getting by on the outside, but actually getting caught up on the line right here as Lavity is already in scoring position 2. This jam is running the full 2 minutes.
Ooh, Joe Means Joe taking her licks before she gets out of the pack.
Wait, was that Joe Means bowl? Because what she just did, just bowling over those blockers, my goodness.
Both jammers back in the pack. Lavity knocked out of bounds, recycled all the way to the back of the pack.
Yeah.
As Joe Means Joe makes her way through.
Slamazonian trying to provide some offense, just not quite on the blockers that are impacting Lavity. So Joe Means Joe gets by with another 4 points for Team Alberta.
Lavity makes her way through as the jam comes to an end.
And it was a big one for both teams considering there was a penalty in between. Team Alberta net 16 on Team Sask's 12, but still lots of multi-scoring passes there.
Only a third way through this mini bout right here. As we go on to jam number 9, we have Rotten Broughton for Team Alberta wearing the star, and Coleshaw wearing the Prairie Lily for Team Sask. Both jammers fighting hard as Rotten Broughton gets recycled to the back of the pack. Coleshaw fights hard and she makes her way through the pack. She is your lead jammer for Team Sask.
Well, Rotten Broughton coming up on Carmen Dragon, but not enough to stay out. She's in on her initial as Coleshaw is in scoring position, and my goodness, makes quick work of it on the inside there in turn 1.
Coleshaw makes her way through. She's got her 4 points.
Carmen Dragon bumped out by push-push pass. So it's 3-on-3 here in the pack. Terralizer now holding things down at the front, while Curbshaw, that's not a thing. Coleshaw gets by on the inside, picks up another 4 points for Team Sask.
Team Sask doing a good job of holding Rotten Broughton at bay, while Coleshaw made her way through the pack for another 4 points.
And calls it off. We'll see where that lands. That's a big one for Team Saskatchewan. Once those points get up there, it's a net or a 10-4 jam win there for Team Sask, taking the totals to 55-39 in favor of Team Alberta right now.
Game staying nice and close here, only 16 points between them. Yes, it did take me 30 seconds to do that math in my head.
Very impressive.
That was pretty good. Jam 10's going to start out with Cindy Dropper for Team Sask wearing the Prairie Lily, and official mascot wearing the star for Team Alberta. Looks like Cindy is the lead jammer as she got out just before mascot.
Meanwhile, pack is at full strength. Cindy Dropper hears the call to call it, does so. We'll see where the points land for both of these teams. Will it be a wash? And it appears so. So Team Sask able to keep Team Alberta scoreless, of course.
Couple goose eggs on Jam 10.
But still such a close game, and little over half the time left now on the game clock.
We start Jam 11. Got Blair wearing the star for Team Alberta, and Mac Penn as a jammer for Team Sask. This is Mac's first jam of the bout.
Yeah, Mac has been jamming, though, all weekend long, doing a great job. Also one of the newer members of Team Saskatchewan, and it's been such a pleasure to watch. skating in Weyburn, Saskatoon, and look at that. First out and grabs lead 2.
Mac 10's actually gets to be a part of Team Sask on a technicality, seeing as she plays for a regional team out of Lloydminster, which is on the border.
Talk about a real border battle right there. Yeah, that's for sure. There's a cut track penalty assessed to Attica Flinch. Oh, I missaw that. It was actually, it's going to be a double penalty there for Mac 10, who was assessed a track cut and then an insubordination for also going off in the wrong way. So it is a longer power jam right now for Blair Block. And this jam will also run to its natural conclusion.
The pack comes to a standstill for the Team Alberta Power Jam as Team Sask leads the front of the pack, trying to keep all their points away from Blair. Blair reads her way through, call no pack. She gets her point. Looks like we've got a blocker sent to the penalty box for blocking during the no pack. Mac 10 is out of the penalty box, right in the middle of the pack.
And we have a cut penalty assessed to that's Bashan Bindi. Everybody's cutting tracks today. All right, so now that Mac 10 is in scoring range, as mentioned before, this is a battle for points here as the jam clock will run down.
We end at jam 11. Looks like we've got 12 points for Team Alberta that jam, 7 for Team Sask. Team Alberta widening their lead.
And I believe that will be an official timeout there. Is that what we're seeing? Or an official review? No. An official timeout. Oh, no, a blue team timeout. I'm going to stop guessing. Oh, this makes sense. This is just a mini intermission switch, so we're still going to abide by the regular rules where jam refs switch at the half to make it fair, to ensure that each team is reffed by the opposing or the other jam refs. So naturally now that's what's happening here.
It looks like we're just about ready for the second half of this bout.
Second half of the half. And here we go. It is going to be Joe Means Joe with his power start.
Looks like we've started with Mac 10 in the penalty box.
So there must have been some discussion in between there. And we see Team Sask with their signature drawing back to force a no pack, but Team Sask was ready this time and it didn't cost them. Carmen Dragon with the drag back on Joe Means Joe, hoping to do an effective penalty kill here.
Got a multiplayer block penalty. Number 69 for Saskatchewan. She's headed off to the penalty box.
Yeah, that's Terralizer. And Joe Means Joe now skirting out there with lead to jammer, but a lot of time already taken up as Mac 10 now is into the pack. And a cut track assessed to Joe Means Joe, so Mac 10 now with the power jam for Team Saskatchewan.
Yeah, it looks like there was a little jammer on jammer action there. Mac 10 forced Joe Means Joe out of bounds and she cut the track. Now she's got the power jam.
Meanwhile, push pass into the penalty box. That penalty box looking mighty blue right now after looking pretty Saskatchewan earlier on. Mac 10 out on her initial, now looking to score and doing so easily, not even having to slow down, as only 2 Alberta blockers are on the track.
Mac 10's got a chance to make up some of the points that she gave up there last jam.
Yeah. Bashing Bindi taking down one of her own, but that does slow down Mac 10, bumps her out, and Now she's got to try again. Does so well with the momentum as Jolene's Joe already picks up 4 points.
Good lead blocking from Mac 10. It looks like she got taken down in the process.
Mac 10 able to stay skating with a no-earned pass there, but picks up 4 points. Jolene's Joe putting on the speed, coming up on Carmen Dragon in turn 4.
Pack's moving fast. Got spread out to a no pack there.
That was an intense jam. We'll see where that lands. Started with a power start, then there was a power jam, one for each team, and are we going to end up with a tied jam total here? Looks like it. 8 apiece. Team Alberta 75, Team Saskatchewan 54.
So with all the penalties we're taking here now, Nella, because I know in the full game you can only take a certain amount of penalties.
Yes.
Now with the half game or the
30-minute
bouts, what are our penalty numbers at? What can we max out at? So 4 penalties is the maximum the player can take before they're going to get benched.
I'm just updating the live stream right now. Just everyone wants to know the scores. Lots of people watching from everywhere. They're excited to see their friends on the stream.
Have to mention we still have the love board up in the back corner over by turn 1 behind where Team Sask is benched right now.
Yeah, and we will also still be doing the MVP announcements. After the next game, we'll do the Team Alberta MVP announcements, and then following the final game, we will do the Team Sask Calgary announcements. Of course, up next it's Team Alberta and Calgary, so Alberta just needing to skate, and skate. Okay, we have Rotten Broughton out on the line, coming up against Labadie. Haven't seen this matchup yet this bout. And it's Rotten Broughton out with lead jammer status. Labadie using the patience she's known for well.
Big apex jump by Rotten Broughton.
That'll net her a quick 4 points and a track cut penalty assessed to Labadie.
And she has the star in her hand. It means there's going to be a Team Alberta power jam.
The pack recycling right in front. Pterodactyl holding things down, but a track cut penalty has been assessed to her as Rotten Broughton is now free with 4 points.
Pack comes to a standstill right around turn 2. Making it nice and easy for Rotten Broughton to catch up to the pack. Labadie's out of the penalty box. Trying to muscle through a wall of blue in turn 3.
Labadie doing a great job of staying in bounds until being knocked out by DJ Smashup, but those surfing maneuvers almost keeping her inbounds here on turn 3, but not quite enough. So she's back for more.
That's the thing you start riding that line and you just open up yourself, make yourself real wide.
Meanwhile, Lurch and Clumsy Lover closing in those doors to slow her down, and the swiftest star pass there to Pterodactyl. Oh, and right as Tara was about to score some points, while Alberta closed that door, a big jam for Team AB. It's 15 points there.
So just over 9 minutes left in this half-hour bout. The first half-hour bout of the day. Of course, as we mentioned, next up we've got Team Alberta versus Calgary. And then right after that, Calgary will go again against Team Sask. Both jammers fully engaged with the opposing blockers. Clumsy Lover makes it through for Team Sask. She's the lead jammer.
Yeah, and Coleshaw, as you just said. I was like, you just said that. Never mind. I'm listening. Carmen Dragon holding things down at the front as official mascot now. Just to give. Oh! Thought she was safe. Not quite drawn back there by Carmen Dragon as Coleshaw as well drawn back by Team Alberta. Knocked to the inside.
Mascot makes it through on her initial.
And we have a direction of play call assessed to Attica Flinch.
Coleshaw calls it off. Calls it off after she picks up 3 points, bringing Team Sask totals of 57.
And taking the line for the first time for Team Sask today is Raina Terror. Although we have seen her jam multiple times, she's also one of those doubling up skaters. This year being a fantastic junior-senior crossover year for her. And Blair Block with the star for Team Alberta. And it's a power jam for Team Sask. But Raina still needs to complete that initial pass.
Ooh, she's just spinning around the outside, trying to make her way through.
Lead has been assessed to Raina despite not exiting that engagement zone just yet, but Pixelated holding things down. Melkery with a bit of offensive support there. Oh, and Pixelated with a knock there on Scott Free. Raina Terror engaged in the pack. Scott Free trying to create a path as Blair Block now is in the mix. And that is the jam. We'll see where that things land.
Raina quick to get her hips past all the other hips to get her points and call it off. She got 3 on that one. Closing the deficit to 30 points now between Team Sask and Team Alberta. As we have Skidlet and Joe Means Joe lining up behind the jam line for their teams. We're going to start jam number 16. Joe Means Joe, or Joe Means Joe, tiptoeing from the inside line to get lead jammer. Skidlet outside the pack as well. Done her initial pass.
Skidlet already in scoring position. Was she able to squeak by those hips? She does. She gets 1 point there on the board for Team Sask. Team Alberta picks up 3 more.
Oh, 2 points.
2, yes. I saw 1 digit up there first, mister. So that's great.
Close
Thanks
jam.
for that very loud correction. I appreciate it. It is. It really is.
So after one close jam, all you need is another. We have Labadie and official mascot.
And it's Labadie out with lead. That was a quick hop, skip, and a jump. Only 5 seconds into that jam. And a power jam now it is as well. The track cut penalty assessed to official mascot. That's 4 points on the board for Labadie.
It's really amazing as you see skaters grow from junior skaters to senior skaters, the level that they push everybody to be. Everybody's just got to be better just to compete with these skaters that are now senior skaters, but they've got years of experience, sometimes many more years of experience than some of the senior skaters.
Oh yeah, their derby IQ is next level, and it's really impressive to see. And at this point, I'm going to make another plug for that Junior World Cup that's coming to Regina this summer, because Labadie will be skating there too.
Sorry, I'm a little speechless.
Yeah.
Did you see what she did there? All those spins? I got dizzy looking at it.
Official mascot able to get by no problem there, already in scoring range. This jam will run Labadie does have lead. And official mascot doesn't slow down despite Pterodactyl taking a stumble there on the inside of turn 3.
Labadie just about making it through the pack there. She had one wheel going over the edge there. But she does make it through. She gets all of her points. She calls it off. 16-point jam for Team Saskatchewan and Labadie. 4 points for Team Alberta. Closing that gap. 78-97 for Team Alberta right now with 3 minutes and 46 seconds left in the bout. We've got Coleshaw lining up. She's a mainstay with the Prairie Lily for Team Sask. Rotten Broughton with the start for Team Alberta. She's also gotten lots of reps at jammer here. Malky helping Coleshaw get through. Coleshaw's got lead jam status. As Rotten Broughton sitting in the penalty box. It's a Team Sask power jam.
Blocking strength even on both teams. Malky trying to create some space for Coleshaw. Pushing out, push, pass, but that is not the blocker who's interfering.
I'm not sure what the penalty call was, but I'm sure it was rotten in nature.
We have a cut call on rolling blackout. Some really great track awareness and team communication there earlier, though, for Coleshaw to know that she could keep going. Meanwhile, Rotten Broughton fighting to stay in. We have a high block call assessed to Malky. She's off the track. Coleshaw already scoring some more. That was quick.
Another penalty to Team Sask. Failure to reform penalty.
And
Coleshaw calls it off. 8 points for Team Saskatchewan. Another big jam for Team Sask. Now only 11 points behind Team Alberta. 97-86 for Team Alberta. We got a timeout with 2 minutes left. We've got time enough for just 1 or 2 more jams here, depending on how we use the timeouts.
And each team still has, after this timeout, each team still has 1 more that they can take, plus an official review apiece.
Maybe if we're lucky, we can stretch this 2 minutes out to about 5 or 10. Or maybe if it was the NFL, 45.
I was just going to say, I'm like, let's take a page out of every other sport and drag it out.
We've had a very busy penalty box this bout as well. I'm sure both teams are managing, looking at the number of penalties each player has, managing your lineups from there. Just 4 penalties for the 30-minute bout. I'm pretty sure Mac 10 almost used up all of hers in 1 jam.
Hey, she's got 3. That's all. Okay, Joe meanwhile is out of the pack. Labadie out on her initial. No pack called. 4 points for Joe Means Joe. Labadie engaging. There's only 2 Team Sask blockers out on the track right now. That's Skidlet and Rip. She's held trying to create some offensive space, but my goodness, Skidlet and Rip able to slow down Joe Means Joe, but still 4 more for Team Alberta.
The penalty box emptied out, and the rest of Team Sask skaters were able to come out and help Labadie.
Not sure what that was on the track there, but an out-of-play call, and Labadie now looking for some help. Skidlet coming in.
Star pass to Skidlet. She takes the inside of turn 4.
What a great way to do that star pass where you provide a little bit of offense before taking over.
Skidlet was able to grab 3 points on that pass.
There's not much difference between the jam clock and the game clock as well either. Skidlet coming back behind She's Hell. No pack call. Joe Means Joe deciding to call the jam. Still time on the board, and there is that timeout. We were talking about the clock management.
Team Alberta doing a good job of burning most of the time left in the bout when they have the lead. We've got 17 points in that jam. 5 for Team Saskatchewan. Score right now, 114 for Team Alberta, 91 for Team Sask. As Team Sask calls a timeout.
second, yeah.
Sorry, it is black.
This is Team Sask's final timeout. Not that there's a whole lot of time to call another one later.
Never know. All right, it's going to be Blair Block taking the star for Team Alberta and Coleshaw with the Prairie Lily. It's still all within reach.
We'll see what kind of strategy Team Sask came up with here. They need to close a 20-point deficit.
Oh, we need a tape crew. I'm not sure who's volunteering for
Calling all tapers. Calling all tapers.
I see Mama Tara running. Mama Tara also has been phenomenal all weekend as one of the EMTs. So thank you, just like Mama Curb.
Big thank you to all the volunteers, all the officials, skating and non-skating. It's really hard to do any of this stuff without them. Big thank you to all the volunteers selling merch, who are obviously not here right now.
Yes, but
had
still,
lots
it
of
was,
vendors.
and the raffle as well. So here we go.
And the announcers. We had an incredible announcer all weekend. I had a couple here.
Yeah, we've had phenomenal voices on the mic. Wow, the jam is now underway. Coleshaw toward the back of the pack. Blair Block getting stuck on that line there. And it's Coleshaw now getting tripped up on her own blockers in turn one. Coleshaw knocked to the outside, stays in bounds.
Went Coleshaw.
But it is a track cut penalty being called on Coleshaw.
All Alberta needs to do is just get that lead jam status.
So it is now going to be up to these blockers to hold it down. It's Nemesis and Rip. The last line of defense, Carmen Dragon, staying up at the front two. Blair Block still coming up on trouble as Melcree is being goaded at the back of the pack here.
She's fighting hard to keep that pack alive.
Meanwhile, Rip, it's one-on-one with Blair Block. Pack bridging, and out of play is called. Blair Block with lead, calls the jam. Team Alberta with this win. My goodness, 114 to 94, unofficial final. But there is an official review being called, so we will see how this plays out.
I thought she was just giving me the Justin Bieber Hardy sign. The crowd is raucous. They're calling for one more jam. One more jam or they riot. Winner takes all. One more jam.